It means that we are not pretty.
Yeah, or it means that the bus drivers.
Man, who is shorter than you? Yes or no? Привет. Hello. See ya. Ni hao, konnichiwa. It's an amazing day here again at the studio, and today my guest is guesting me. Like the guest fever, the guest vibe is really amazing. One, she's very beautiful, you see. Two, very intelligent. And three, she's gonna try to be outspoken today. Welcome to Prep and Thrive Radio. The meme, the project, the aim for this podcast is to keep you engaged. There are so many other podcasts available, but I mean, it's too professional. Ours is just a chilled podcast where if you have your laundry, cooking, walking, driving, you're going to the gym, you want to listen to a nice gentleman and some nice pretty ladies, here is the right place to tune in. I will let our host, no, our guest, introduce herself, and then we take it from there. And most importantly, I always ask my guests if they're happy to be here. So introduce yourself to our guest and tell us if you're happy to be here.
Okay, my name is Anna. I'm Ukrainian, and here I am on a podcast finally. I was waiting for this moment for some time. And yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Great. So this podcast is going to be divided into four categories. We are going to have the discussion time, the opinion time, the story time, and smart time. So we'll start with the discussion time. And since you're very beautiful, do you know you're beautiful?
Yes.
How do you know?
Well, a lot of people were affirming me, and you are the one to tell me it's the most.
I am the one to
So,
tell you the
yeah,
most.
yeah,
Really?
yes.
So that's how you know you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, well, the first question for our discussion will go from pretty privilege. So since you have acknowledged that you are beautiful, then answer this question for me. How would you define pretty privilege and how does it show up in everyday life, like in jobs, schools, relationships, everywhere? So, first of all, define in your own words what you think pretty privileges are, and then how does it show in our everyday life, in schools, in jobs, in our relationships? Yeah.
Okay, so, well, I'll say that pretty privileged is those ladies, maybe those men too, who are looking really handsome, and for me, is showing up in everyday life in some small things. For example, when you're going into the bus, you might be alone in the bus and bus driver will be okay with us, but maybe for some people bus driver will like ask for something, ask for some validation, ask for the ticket, ask for the student cards and everything. But me, I just come fast in the bus. Hi, Sia.
So those of us, the bus drivers, are asking us for our student card and our residence permit. It means that we are not pretty.
Yeah, or it means that the bus drivers, or it means that bus drivers are immune to all this pretty privilege and everything.
Can you give another instance where you see pretty privilege? And if not for you, I didn't really realize that pretty privilege is worked in favor for men. So after defining how it really works for women, you would throw more light on how it works for men. So let's concentrate on women. Aside the bus, where are other places where pretty privileges can play a role? Maybe there are some other instances. There are job interviews, there are queues, lines to places, there are opportunities. And I think the people in charge, people making final decisions are selecting candidates based on also how they look. Yes?
Yeah, maybe I'm not sure. Like I'm working as a hostess currently, and as a part of the resume, my employer asked me to send a photo of mine, and maybe she was delighted with my appearances, and she was like, "Okay, fine, you can start working this and that." Maybe for someone, or maybe she just saw some characteristic that she liked, but I think that as a hostess you have to look neat, you have to be beautiful in order for people to enjoy coming to some places where you are at.
Do you think racism and discrimination is what some people have termed as pretty privileges? So, for example, maybe if me and some white guy who is also pretty decent looking applied for this job, and we get to the place where the recruiter is asking us to send our pictures. And then me as a black guy, I will automatically know that I am not getting the job because I am not having pretty privileges. And this actually is racism. So do you think pretty privilege is true racism in some contexts?
Mm, it depends on a person who is considering you. I really feel like if a person is racist, they will not accept like 100% no. But seeing you, and for example, maybe you are applying for some position like you are applying, for example, for hostess or for the waiter. I think they prefer a certain type of people in that area. But as a bodyguard, I think they'll 100% accept you. I mean, why not? You are bulky, you're strong, you're tall.
So that is not so. I mean, the conversation is nice. Let's go to China, where I have been before. And I always used to tell you that if you went to China, I think you would do very well because living in China for 5 years, I know for a fact that the Chinese society worships the white man. And when I talk about the white man, I'm talking about the white race. So if you're a white person in China, you are a goddess, you are a god, you are Jesus, you are Muhammad. Like you are so beautiful. It doesn't matter. So the most ugliest white woman or white man in Europe is a hot cake in China. And I'll tell you why. Because in 2018, there was a comparison of a very handsome looking black man. Very handsome. He looked like Michael B. Jordan, or you can picture the most handsome black man. And they picked, I'm sorry for my words, not very looking white man. So a handsome black man and a very not so appealing in looks white man. I don't want to say ugly. And they compared the two. And this white man was not even having a shave on with a full beard, looking very wretched and ugly. And this black man looking very nice, aesthetically strong and amazing. And they did a social experiment where this guy was going on the street asking both Chinese men, women, old men, who is much handsome. And not even a single person voted that the black man is handsome just because the other one is white. So far as you're white, you are handsome. If you're black, you're not handsome. Do you think this is also pretty privilege, or this is racism, or this is discrimination?
Oh, I feel like it's racism. For Chinese and for Asians. I know that the lighter your skin, the more beautiful you are. Even in Chinese, like Chinese, when they are comparing themselves, they're like, oh, maybe you are not very handsome or you're not very pretty just because your skin tone is not as light as somebody else.
And even here in Europe, when I first came, I let me be a little ignorant. The word gypsy wasn't something I was used to. But when I came to Europe first and I was dealing with some white European friends, they used to say that gypsy people are not beautiful or are not handsome. They used to say, oh, I don't like gypsy, they are not beautiful, they are not handsome. Until I actually saw a gypsy person. I think it was on the third day, and I saw what they term as a gypsy person, and it's literally the European version of a person who looks a little darker. And just by their skin tone, they are classified handsome or not handsome. So all of these are not pretty privileges, you think?
I feel like it's the standard people set somewhere back in the days, that this is what's supposed to be pretty and this is what's supposed to be ugly, and it doesn't matter if you are a very handsome black man or if you are a very ugly white man or a Chinese man. You'll be perceived as a better one, as a more handsome one, just because we are not considering darker skin colors as beautiful ones. But in nowadays society, I feel like it's getting better, because objectively, if you look at someone very beautiful, very pretty, very handsome, and they're black, you still appreciate their beauty.
Really?
Yeah, you'll still appreciate their beauty. Like me, I saw a lot of people, and there are actually a lot of black people, brown people, people of color who are very beautiful. Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, Indians, very beautiful. Everybody's very beautiful.
Wow, that is very inspiring to hear. Um, I think I'll still stay in China. For example, I stand to be corrected if I say something that is not correct. We can correct each other. But living there for long, I think they don't see the beauty in black people. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are. At least during the time that I was in China, from the year 2020, 2015 to the year 2020, during this time that I was in China, it was known that you cannot be beautiful or handsome as black. You can't, like you can't. And there is an ongoing story, like on social media. For example, let's talk about Indians. Indians to me are one of the most beautiful people. The most handsome Indian guy in India, that is rating 10 out of 10 in India, will come to a place like Amsterdam and he will be rated 1 over 10. The most handsome guy in Ghana, or handsome girl in Ghana, who is rated 10 over 10, will come to Berlin and he's rated 2, or she's rated 2. But the most beautiful girl in Ukraine, rated 10 over 10, because she's white, will go to Spain and she will still be a 10. Most beautiful girl in Ukraine will go to India and she'll still be a 10. She'll go to China and she'll still be a 10. Do you have any concrete speech about why this is? Is this all part of the pretty privileges? Because if I'm pretty privileged in my country as India and I go to Spain and now I am 2 out of 10, does that mean that I am no longer going to benefit from the pretty privilege? Do you get my question?
Yeah, so your question is why some cultures are beautiful, like in every country.
Yeah,
Why
and why
that?
others
Okay.
are just beautiful in their closed
Oh,
space.
okay, okay. So, maybe it's because people had certain standards, and I also believe in affirmations. If you say that you are beautiful, and it's not only about life. It's not. I'm trying to find a word. It's not about like on a small level, like on a micro level, when people are saying like you're beautiful, you're beautiful. It's on the global level, when the culture, the country is saying that Slavic girls, they are very beautiful. Slavic girls, they are very beautiful. I bet everybody heard that Slavic girls, they are very beautiful. So when you are coming to their country, they're like, oh, so you're Slavic or you're European. And when you're saying that you're from Ukraine, you're even more appealing, because now they heard that you're from Ukraine or you're from Russia, Estonia, and all these places. They're like, oh, so yeah,
So
you're
then
very
it's
beautiful.
confirmed. So this is a kind of a good stereotype that Slavic girls are
Yeah,
accepting.
yeah.
And does that mean that you see no beauty in color, or you see no color in beauty? Like I don't know how to put it. You, the way you see beauty in people, color doesn't matter, or race doesn't matter.
Yes, of course. I'm very objective. Like, for me, some traits of some facial appearances, I might find it very attractive. I don't see color because first I was studying here for like 3 years already. I'm studying in Hungary for 3 years, and I saw black people, and I saw how many beautiful black people there can be. Maybe when I was in Ukraine, I didn't see it. I didn't see it because I wasn't exposed to it. But now, as I saw it, I know that there are very like a lot of beautiful black people, a lot of beautiful Indian people. For Asians, even quite, I knew that
I
Asians
mean,
are very
Indians are
beautiful.
Asians too.
Yeah. I'm saying that about China, about Korea. I'm sorry. I know India is Asia too. I know about all these countries. Yeah.
Okay, so then would you say that you
Mm-hmm.
enjoy from pretty privilege
Oh yeah,
personally?
yeah. I really enjoy it, but because I'll say it like I was born with it. I didn't know that. Oh no, I actually knew. So
How?
coming up, I wasn't really a beautiful girl.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't really a beautiful one.
So you can be born some way and grow up
Yes,
beautiful.
yes,
Really?
yes,
But I
hundred
think I've
percent.
seen your infant photos, and I wouldn't say otherwise. But anyway, you are the one who lived the life. So why would you say you weren't beautiful growing up? And
So actually, if I'm coming here and everybody's saying I'm beautiful, it wasn't always like that because in Ukraine we also have some standards. Maybe some beautiful blue eyes or some light hair and something like this. Well, I wasn't a very beautiful child. I hope my mom will not watch it. So I won't come and slap me, say I'm not I'm beautiful. But I'm saying that as a child, you don't really have certain characteristics, certain appearances that are considered beautiful. Because as a child, we are all beautiful as kids. We are all beautiful as kids, and as a teenager, you have some, like, you change. You actually change some some of your facial appearances. They are becoming better. For example, I don't know, maybe eyes. Also, hair. I learned how to do my hair nicely, so maybe that's also aiding up. And also me, I feel more comfortable in myself, and I feel like I'm beautiful.
so in that case, since we are drawing the curtains on pretty privileges, in that case, um, I mean, I'm trying to euphemize my words, not to hurt anybody's feelings, but I think we are all beautiful uniquely in how we are made. However, when it comes to aesthetic features, of
Yeah.
course, there are people who are nicer than others. For example, me, I always used to say I'm ugly and fearful. If any other person thinks otherwise, thank you. But for me, I think I'm ugly and fearful, at least to the world standards. So with somebody who thinks like I'm ugly and fearful, that I know and I have acknowledged that there are no pretty privileges for me. How do you advise I navigate through the world, like through the society?
Well, for men and for women is different. Men should acquire some status, earn more money, acquire
I'm very
some
happy you are going there. Yeah, let's go.
acquire some good communicational skills, and yeah, there are lots of standards for men specifically. I think you can go
So the
somewhere into.
pretty privilege in men is actually connected to their status, not
Yeah, yes.
necessarily how aesthetically they look.
I mean, also you have to take care of yourself. Like, you have to do the best of your ability. You have to take care of your body. You have to make sure that you're always hydrated. Your face, wash your face, do the haircuts and everything. Smell nice. Yeah. like little by little improve your features.
Talking about beauty in women, like I always tell you in our back studio conversations, I think women are born with value and they have to protect it. So women are very beautiful. They attract a lot. They are very soft. Like I don't know what is about women. Like women are just beautiful. They are just there to attract. They are like flowers. They are there in the garden, not asking anybody to follow them, but for some reason people have to find and follow them. And men are born, but on the condition where they have to grow their status, grow their value. So, do you also think that men have pretty privilege? I'm not done. In the sense where, as a man, you are just tall, looking muscular, nice beard, nice eyes, like you are aesthetically beautiful as a woman is. Do you think a man like that can still enjoy pretty privileges? Forget about status, forget about anything, just the aesthetic qualities. Do you think that can also be qualified in beauty standards, in pretty privileges for men?
Yes,
How?
100%. The if a man tall and we'll say he's handsome, he gives some certain energy because he is very confident in himself. What else did you say? Maybe he smells also nice. I'm sure this kind of man will attract way more women than the one who's completely opposite one. I'm sorry to say that, but I'm sorry to say that, but like for a lot of women, the actual standard for men is broad shoulders and tall men. This is the reality.
So I need to actually speak for my short kings. Right? When talking about beauty standards, I mean pretty privileges in men. Are we saying that a man who is not tall is not handsome?
No, no, no. It's like we are on a
Would
zero
you date a
x
shorter man?
axis
You're,
than me.
yeah.
Shorter than me.
Why is the question so surprising?
I mean, I think it will be very difficult for me to find a man who's shorter than me. I was and I encountered a lot of men, but somehow they were like a little bit, but taller than me.
So are you answering the question to would you date a shorter man? No.
No, I will date a man who is the same height as I
The
am.
question
Yeah,
is would you date a man who is shorter than
shorter.
you? Stop making your own question and
Oh,
answer
okay,
it.
okay. I mean, I
Would you date
mean,
a man who is shorter than you?
I mean,
Like he's literally short. You do this to look at him.
oh my god. I mean, if a man,
You're trying so much to be,
I'm
you seem
trying to
nicely
be,
good, but
yes, I'm trying to be kind. I'm not saying,
no, it's preference, it's choices. Like, I don't think people should find offense. That short man that you are trying to protect his feelings, go talk to him. Ask him what are his interests in a woman. He will list what he is looking for in a woman. So everybody is entitled to what they want. So please answer the question. I think, as beautiful as you are, you have a boyfriend, and I think that he is not shorter. So it's not going to, it is not going to differ, or it's not going. We know that, yeah. So would you date a man who is shorter than you? Yes or no?
well, I don't think so.
Why don't you just want to say
Oh,
no?
I
Is
don't
there
think
a
so.
short
I
man?
mean,
Is there a short man in your life coming after you that you think stands a chance and you don't really want him to feel like, oh my God, I have no chance with this girl?
no, no, I'm just saying that there'll be like saying for people who are short and they are insecure. The the heights. Yes, the heights is not the main thing, and it's not the only thing that you can offer. I mean, if a person acquires a beautiful characteristic, he's a beautiful man. I mean, in terms of characteristics, he takes care of woman. He's a provider. Maybe this is attractive traits of character. He cherishes her. He takes care of her. Like, yes, you will go for this man if
So then, what is the problem of with the short kings? So what's the problem? Like, what is the height going to do?
I mean, I'll say something. There's a saying that good men, they end last, because we'll say that when you are 20, you think you are entitled for a beautiful, handsome man. You don't really care if he has some characteristics. That's why we have a lot of breakups. That's why we have a lot of, how do I say it? Yeah, a lot of broken hearts, because you are not, you will not go for. You will not go for
What truly
characteristic.
matters.
Yeah, you will not go for what truly matters first, because you want to be, you want to have some attention of this man, and this is what we think we need. But in reality, when we are done with our hot girl summer, or what people are saying, I mean, when we are done being single and we encountered so many people who are so beautiful, who are so nicely structured, very beautiful face, very beautiful body, and then you are, in the end of the day, you are ending up with nothing, because this person is not a good, is not kind, is aggressive, is manipulative and abusive. And this is actually the pretty privilege for men. Men are using their appearances to how do I say it? We'll say have sex with a girl, and
Really?
yeah,
Men are using their appearances to
I think, yeah,
have
a
their
lot
way.
of I mean, you first, these men, they have confidence. They have more confidence than those men who are very kind and nice. And maybe this is what actually attracts women, like,
Confidence.
yeah, confidence, maybe a little bit arrogance, and yeah. I'm just saying for,
You know, sorry to interrupt
Yeah.
you. The memo for my podcast has always automatically driven into relationships and
Yeah.
conversation. And from where this conversation is going, we cannot ignore the fact that we are going to speak about it. We are still talking about pretty privileges.
Yeah.
We spoke about how it helps women, and we also spoke about how it actually also can benefit men.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about short kings.
Yes.
And you still also didn't even answer the question clearly if you would date a short king, but it's fine. And then I asked you, how does it matter if he's short? And then you are here also speaking about confidence in men. So what is it that women are looking for when it comes to pretty privileges in men? A man who is handsome and confident and arrogant, or a short king who is a provider and a protector? And you and I know that a lot of men are going for the handsome, confident, and arrogant. And they are going to overlook the short, protector, and provider. That is the case, yes? In most cases.
I mean, yeah, I think that's true, but I'll say that men and women, they have different needs, and those who are confident and tall and handsome and everything, they are closing their needs. They are closing what
They are close to what the women are looking for.
No, I mean, how do I say it right? Can you repeat your question, please? I'm going somewhere. I don't feel.
So, we are still on pretty privilege,
Yeah.
and we have defined it in two places. So, how are women, and I mean not all women, but mostly in general, defining pretty privilege? majority of women are going to choose a guy who is handsome, tall, but confident and arrogant over a guy who is short and a protector and a provider and a gentleman. That was the question. Do you
Yeah.
think the women are going to choose that because that falls in within the brackets of the pretty privileges they are looking for?
Well, women are not really looking for pretty privilege, but they are looking for confidence. They are looking for the man who can stand for himself. And maybe sometimes it feels like this short, handsome king is not able to do that. Is not able to stand for a woman if she is in some situation.
What if a short king is confident? Because I have friends. I have a very good friend who is a short king, and he is one of the confident that I know. He is so confident, like he will be talking in the group of men. You won't see him, but the confidence is so tall, you will hear it from the midst of the men. So, what about such a man? Is he pretty enough to have the privilege?
It also depends on a woman's preferences. Somebody prefers that tall, arrogant, and whatever man. Somebody prefers security. Somebody prefers a man who is what? How do I name a person who is well spoken? Just well spoken.
Yeah,
person.
well spoken.
Yeah, well spoken man, gentle. Maybe he's also. Yeah, the man with really good characteristics.
Great. Well, then, concealing the conversation on pretty privileges, I will ask you one last question on pretty privileges, and then we will finish with discussion, and then we will go to opinions.
Okay.
So, pretty privilege. What do you think is more powerful, pretty privilege or money privilege?
Money privilege.
Really?
Yeah. In who? In whom?
Oh, so it plays a role in a specific gender. But I would say for women, we all can agree that pretty privilege will work very well for a woman.
Yeah.
But for a man, I think money privilege will work for a man.
Yes, of course.
For me, I think it doesn't matter how beautiful or how tall or how short or how good smelling a man is. All of these things are okay. But I think considering our current world right now, if you're a man, if you had money, you can actually move almost every door. You can actually sweep every ground. So you can actually shake every momentum. Do you agree to that?
Yeah, I agree to that.
But how is that so?
I mean, in nowadays society, money is, as you said, what is actually moving the world. And if you have money, don't you feel confident when you can go to any restaurant, when you can go to any hotel, you can go to vacation, you can provide, you can stand up for yourself.
The way you even talk,
Yeah, the way you even
the
talk.
world is different
Yes,
because you have money.
yes, you have
Nobody
money.
can-
Money is behind you. It's not a bodyguard. It's not anything. It's money. You know, you have money.
So do you think that is why men of society are scared that women will have money? Because already, just with the beauty, women think the world belongs to them and everything follows them. Already, women think everything about the world is about them and has to be about them. And they're just beautiful. So, considering women had both pretty privilege and money privilege, it's going to be very, very wow.
Yeah. Oh, what's the question?
So, do you think that somebody like Kim Kardashian
Yeah.
is having both pretty and money privilege?
Oh, definitely. I feel like as a man, if we'll say if a girl works at low income job, for her the stability will be important as for every woman there, and I believe that she will definitely go for a man who has stable income, because like yeah, just go for a man with a stable income, the man who can provide, the man who is just there for her in some difficult moments. If she's not receiving enough money at her job, the man can take care of her.
Okay. I think, sorry, I was just getting the feed of our next segment. So I think we've had it enough for the pretty privileges. We've had
Okay.
your take on the discussion. Now we will go into the opinion segment. So now I need to know how you think, how you see the world from your lenses. And this will be about communication and accountability. Communication and accountability.
Okay.
Yeah, I think these two is one thing that we really undermine and underestimate, but it's a major contributor of success in our day-to-day activities in work, in our relationships, in schools, and everything. So communication and accountability. But it is connected somehow to the pretty privilege. So the question I want to ask you is, do you think that attractive people are listened to more or less in serious conversations? Listen to the question again. Do you think attractive people are listened to more or less in serious conversations, and why? So there is a group discussion, maybe a class discussion or something, and there is the most attractive girl or most attractive boy, and everybody is giving up opinions, and this attractive person is also giving an opinion. Do you think the audience or the people are going to listen to them or their opinion much more as compared to the others? If yes, why? If no, why? Sorry for my tough questions. These are things that we are living in day-to-day life.
So your question is the beautiful person will receive the not the validation, but more stupid conversations?
do you think attractive people are listened to
Listened to.
more or less in a conversation?
Also, if okay, I got you. I also think I think that the beauty also plays role in the conversation, maybe a little bit, but it depends how you used it. If, for example, they ask you one question and you answered it deeply, people will think like, oh yeah, this is
So
well,
it has
yeah.
nothing to do with how the person looks.
I mean, it can give you some certain standard, and they might ask you a question. So like, maybe you'll give me the right opinion. Maybe you'll give me something something nice. But if a very beautiful person, you ask some deep question and they'll give you some shallow answer, you'll be like, oh,
I saw a very smart quote on TikTok. It was very smart. Like these people that post the poems, and it read something very intriguing, like deep, intelligent. And I was moving through the comments, and one person said, "Considering how you look, you weren't supposed to say something as this smart."
oh, and it was for an ugly person or for a beautiful person?
I mean, I think this guy went into the profile of the person who posted the poem, and he wasn't really satisfied with the way the person looked. So he thinks that the person is too ugly to make such a beautiful quote.
Oh,
So it comes in the question, do you think attractive people are listened to more than other people? And I think, yeah, if it goes on with my with my podcast, is some of the reason why I started making YouTube alone. I wouldn't say that it didn't go well. It did went well, but I deleted all my videos and I wanted to start a new journey. And one thing that I considered doing is to bring more faces, more beautiful faces. So, because people are tired of me, people are tired of this fearful and ugly man. They don't want to come and sit on my channel and look at me. And so, yeah, now I'm bringing Anna, I'm bringing other guests who are beautiful, who are engaging, so that my viewers and audience will have more beautiful faces to listen to. Do you think it's a nice strategy I used?
Oh yes, it's a nice strategy, but I think that as a podcast, a podcaster, how do I say it? Is it right? Podcaster.
Yeah, you can say
Yeah.
as a podcast host.
As a podcast host, you also want people to listen to some smart things people have to say, because if you just bring some very beautiful woman and she would say some stupidity, everybody would just laugh,
Just laugh
and that's all. There will be nothing really valuable for people to listen to. Maybe just laugh, that's all.
Okay. So now we are in the opinion. I mean, it's more or less like discussion, and I still want us to be in the line of pretty privilege. So let's enter the homes. The homes where there is a father, there is a mother, and there are siblings. Do you think parents actually can identify which of their kids is much beautiful or much handsome? And then for that, why are you laughing?
Okay, yeah, go on.
Do you think parents can really identify and acknowledge that, oh, we have 4 kids, but maybe number 2 or number 3 is much more beautiful, and for that, they love that particular kid more? Do you think that exists? If yes, do you think you've been in such situations?
Oh, I feel like parents can acknowledge the beauty of their child, and maybe in their mindset, like, oh yeah, this kid is much more prettier than this one. Have you seen? Oh, I don't know the name of the actor, but he was Superman. He was a Superman. And if you saw his siblings, there's like four other guys who are his brothers, and everybody's saying that he took the best, he took the most. If you look at them, they're like, you see that he's the handsome one, the handsome one, and it's not a joke.
And everybody knows. So do you think you are okay? Do you think, how do you testify that this is true? Do you have a personal experience?
The personal experience.
Yeah.
So, for example,
Do you have a sibling?
yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen your sister, and she's very beautiful. So maybe if I was your parents, I'll actually be okay with having 2 beautiful daughters. But maybe your boyfriend would think otherwise and say you are the much beautiful one.
I'll show this video to my sister. I mean, the question is if I think that's
Pretty privileges exist in family homes.
I feel like if the kids are distinctively, one is more prettier, one is uglier, then yes. But if there are like, if kids are like the same beauty, maybe they have different appearances, but they are still the same beauty. For example, me, I have curly hair. And my sister, she has the straightest hair in the world. And yeah, in our own ways, and we are both very beautiful. I think that we are both.
Yeah,
very
Marsha,
beautiful.
I think you're very beautiful. Yeah, very, very beautiful. Mwah. So such a beautiful girl. Yeah. So in the opinion take, we are still in communication and accountability. I wouldn't ask you to define communication, but I would really enjoy to hear the definition you have for accountability.
Accountability.
Yes.
It means in which segment of life, or just accountability?
Yes, just accountability. If somebody is hearing the word for the first time, how would you, as Anna, define accountability to them?
Well, I can say that accountability is in some ways a responsibility. When you are accountable for what you're doing, you are aware, you are conscious about what you're saying, what you're doing. You are accountable for your words. This is why I wasn't saying anything about shirkings because I'm accountable. Yeah, I'm accountable and responsible for what you're saying. Yeah, accountability is being responsible and how do I say it?
And very and highly imperative.
Yeah.
So in our day-to-day and modern society, I see communication and accountability diminishing. First of all, do you agree that these two institutions that are very important in our society are not utilized well? Communication and accountability. It can be in relationships, in schools, in corporate settings, everywhere, anywhere. Communication and accountability. For example, on the bus post, it is written that the bus is moving at 10:20. Here it's also communication accountability. The bus company knows that they're going to have a delay of 10 minutes. They don't announce, they don't tell anybody, and the driver or the company don't have any remorse. Like they come instead of 10:20, they come at 10:35. No sorry, no explanation, nothing. Come on, you still want to go to Budapest or not? Bring your bags and let's go. Like, so this is just one aspect. This is one aspect. This is one aspect. We can bring it in marriages, which I know they were waiting for. We can bring it in other places, in relationships and stuff. But so do you think that communication and accountability has gone down and it's causing a problem to our modern societies?
I feel like nowadays we think that it diminishes, but in reality, we're becoming more. The world is becoming more digitalized, and there are a lot of sources when you can see and yeah, when you can see when the train is coming, when the bus is coming. So, of course, if you are looking at some, we'll say here, if you are looking at this board, it's a very old one. It's very old one, and of course, it will not notify you at like in 7 minutes that the bus is gonna come. They don't know because the bus is stopping and they're picking up people. Maybe some have problems, some have troubles, and the bus cannot go faster, or there are certain speed limit there that bus cannot
Go or reach.
go over. I mean, there's a human factor because we are not fully digitalized, but with AI and with everything, we might come to something very close to be, how do I say it? To be accurate, even with buses. I'm talking about some settings like buses, something that's should be notified for a lot of people, something like that.
Okay. Communication, accountability, employer, employee. Who do you think communicates better and who is more accountable?
Who's more accountable and who communicates better? Well, it depends.
In most cases, as the projection allows. You are at the moment you're an employee.
Yeah.
So communication, employer, employee.
Yeah, employee is
Communicating better.
Communicating
Employee.
better. Yeah.
How do employees communicate? If you have a problem with your employer or your manager, are you communicating it, or you go home and rant about it with your friends?
I was thinking that, for example, like I'll have something at my work, and this is something that my supervisor or my manager can solve. And of course, I'll go to them. I'll say that this is the problem, and it needs to be solved. And of course, manager is more accountable than I am. Manager, supervisor is more accountable than I am.
Then men and women. I mean, I wanted to come directly to it, but I had to massage the suspense of people. Yeah, guys, we have to talk about it. This is a very substantial conversation, and from me, I am not trying to create the gender war. I'm just trying to create understanding between the two. I am trying to create the platform where both men and women will understand that we don't have to kill each other. We actually need each other. When you go to the club and you realize, oh, there are girls, as a man, you're happy. When you go to the club as a girl and you realize, oh, there are some men, you feel like, yeah, I mean, so we need each other. We need each other. So I'm always bringing this topic conversations in my podcast just so we have positive light on it. So, men and women, do you think women have a better communication skills than men, and why? If you think otherwise, you can tell me and why.
Yeah, I think women are having better communication skills,
I knew you would say that.
but I think and I believe that some women, they need to learn how to correctly communicate.
If women have better communication
No.
skills, why do they have to correct their communication? Because I think that
Okay.
women have very poor communication skills. I'll tell you mine and you tell me yours first. Why do you think they have good communication skills?
Why women have better communication skills. So, for example, there is some problem that I need to solve, and I'm coming up to you, say, I need to do this, this, and that. I need to do this, this, and that by this time. And maybe I'm saying it very aggressively. Maybe I'm coming up to you and I'm saying it very aggressively. You don't like it, and it's done. But this is what I wanted to say. If women are better communicators, because if a woman has a problem, even my mom, all the women who are married, who I know, they are always coming up to their husbands if they need something to I
get it.
if they need something to fix, to do something from their husbands. And yeah, but in certain it's not a certain area, but sometimes women are being rude. They are not being fair to whoever they are coming to ask for something to do. And yeah, this is not poor communication. This is not a correct way to communicate a problem.
But the memo has always been women want men to read their minds. So it is the time of the month, she's on her period. And she's moody. She wants this, she wants that. First of all, maybe they're at work. The man comes to work. Good morning. Okay. Maybe he's listening to music. He's doing something. You are on your period. He's not a machine. He's not a spirit. He doesn't know. So, but then the average woman that we know will be so moody there, and then will probably go on Instagram or TikTok and say, "Why are men so dumb? I'm having such a worse day, and this guy is here." Just go to him and say, "Hello, Chris. Hello, Jeff. I know you are having a wonderful day, but please, I'm having some period cramps. Can you lower your volume, or can you stop this, or can you do that?" And I think every reasonable man or person will do it. And a lot of women also expect men to do things that they don't know. Like if you want something, you can clearly say it. You were saying it, but you were trying to euphemize it and make women still sound better. In as much as you know that women have actually poor communication skills, but put that aside. Maybe this one, you'll be honest. Accountability. Do you think men practice it more or women practice it more or better?
Well, in most cases, I would say that men are practice it more than
How?
women.
Please. You are bruising my ego, so bruise it better. How are men practicing accountability better? How do you think men are much more accountable than women in their actions or with their actions? By the way, have you seen the American comparison where the American women are asking the men, 100 men versus a gorilla, who's going to win? And American men are asking American women, 100 American women versus accountability. And it's very, yeah. So why do you give the takes on men being more accountable?
Well, I'll give maybe it's gonna be a bad example, but
Mm-hmm.
as I said, accountability for me is being aware of what you're doing, of what you're saying, and this comes to what I said before. Maybe a woman is not really accountable what she's saying, even though she means something to
Mm-hmm.
she meant to say something, but
Mm-hmm.
she's not aware of how she's saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Accountability.
So you think that makes men more accountable? I think men, we own up to our actions better.
Yeah.
We don't normally try to, like, for example, if a man is caught cheating, like he's caught red-handed. I'm saying, for example, if a man is caught red-handed cheating, the probability that he would be like, fine, I did it because I felt this or that is, or because of this or this, is like he will own it. And but a woman mostly will never. Yeah, it's you. You were not giving me attention. It is you. It's your fault. You are the reason why I went to cheat.
This is not
You
the
were
same
not.
thing you said about men just now.
No, I'm saying men can
Uh-huh.
can actually own it. Yeah, fine, I cheated. It's my bad. It's my fault. Fine, I did it, and they own it to it. There are so many court cases where husband and wives are in front of the judge, and the husband just says, like Pep Guardiola, give her whatever she wants. Just whatever she says. I'm not willing and ready to defend it. Judge, whatever she wants, give it to her. I guess for my peace of mind. Whereas women are coming to give details to explain why it's not their fault why they cheated. But talking about cheating, I have an update from my studio guy. We are getting close to the end of the episode. So
Okay.
there is a story in the story time. I'll do the story time next time you do it that I want to share with you, and it's connected to cheating. So you can give me your insight. It's very short.
Okay.
Am I unreasonable? I am female, 19, and the male is 29. I, female, 19, I'm going to say something to my boyfriend's male, 24, co-worker who is a female and is 20 and is 18.
Okay.
So this girl is 19. She's telling a story about her boyfriend who is 24 and her boyfriend's co-worker who is a female, 18,
Okay.
who called him love. So far, so for background, I have been dating my boyfriend for almost 2 years, and he recently, at the start of the year, got a new job. At his work, there is a girl who is basically flirting with every man possible. She has even tried getting to have my boyfriend call her pretty in her prom dress, to which my boyfriend made no comments. Then she started dating a coworker. His friends with, and she recently asked. So she started dating a coworker she's friends with, and recently asked my boyfriend to pick her up a vape. I don't know why she tested this, so it's making my reading in some way, but we'll get to it. So, not uncommon for him to do, he does it for a couple of people. So after he gets off work, he goes to bring it to her, and I'm with him because he wants me to make more friends, and I intend to work with him here soon. So he will pull up, she comes out to my car, he hands her the vape, and she says, "Thanks, love." So you get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And walks back into her boyfriend's house. Now I am very confrontational person, and I don't want to ruin my new workplace before I get there. But it's not okay to call my boyfriend love while I'm sitting right next to him. So the boyfriend, this is a girl who is 19 years old, working, dating a 24-year-old man. This 24-year-old man works in a company, and there is an 18-year-old girl who is kind of pick me.
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
she has a very good relationship with her boyfriend, sometimes call her boyfriend love. This time, the girl asked the guy to pick some vape for her on the way to work. And the guy was coming with a girlfriend. So they got in front of the workplace, and the guy calls the girl, "Hi, I'm here with a vape, come for it. I'm with my girl, by the way." She comes, sees the guy and the girlfriend, and giving the vape to the guy or exchanging the vape, she tells the guy, "Thanks, love." So this girl is asking us and my guest on the podcast today,
Yeah. Okay.
is this okay? Is this even allowed to call someone's boyfriend love?
I mean, you can't control the other person what they're saying. Of course, it's inappropriate. I'll say it's inappropriate. But
I think it's too, it's overreacting, yes?
overreacting.
From the girl's side. Because she clearly said love in front of you, meaning she's not meaning anything. Don't see it like that.
I mean, you still have to know your place. If I don't find it appropriate. I just don't find it appropriate. I'll not be very happy. But if a girl is a pick me girl and I know that she's this way, I'll just ignore whatever she's doing there.
Where she's doing. Well, then you have your answer. I'm not even going to read the rest of the comments. So yeah, the last thing to do is the smart time. And I have just one question for you.
Okay.
It's just one. It's just one. And let's see. After everything you said, maybe you are actually and truly smart.
What?
When we say a shape is an octagon, octagon, how many sides does this shape have? When we say square, square has four. So octagon has what? How many sides?
Octagon.
Yes.
Octagon is the train station. Oh, not the train station, the metro station.
Yeah, octagon is a metro is a metro station. Not this octagon.
But
anyway.
I'll say it is 8.
Okay.
Is 8?
Why do you say so, though? Does it sound like so 8ish?
Well, I was studying in music school, and when you are saying octava, I'm not sure how to say it in English, but when you're saying octava, is that from one note to another, and they have the same, not the same sound. How do I say it?
They have 8 sides or 8 bars.
Oh my God, I'm going somewhere. I cannot even explain myself. I mean, we'll say that for this note, this sound, the sound is the same name for the sound, and is exactly 8.
8 steps.
Yeah.
Oh,
8 steps.
yes. So you're correct.
Yes.
Octagon is a 8-sided figure. Nenagon is, I mean, they have hexagon, octagon, pentagon. They are all sided. So yeah, octagon. So today's smart time was just one question. I just wanted. So did you get an answer correct? I mean, yes, but she guessed it. She didn't actually confidently.
No, that's not true.
said-
That's not true. I said the reason why I think that.
It's octagon. Well, then it's true. So, do you think we've had a very fruitful and amazing conversation on today's podcast?
Yeah, we actually did, but I feel like I lacked of words. Maybe I lacked of the vocabulary to express myself better.
I wouldn't say that. I think you did fine, especially this being your first podcast and it was unplanned. I just saw you and like, yep, you are a perfect guest for today. So yeah, it was great. Are there any final words for us to say goodbye? You say goodbye before I say mine.
Okay, I'm actually very happy to be here. I'll say it again, and I'm very grateful for the host to inviting me for today. Yeah, I didn't expect it, but it was very nice.
Yeah, it's a great evening on the studio, and yeah, my guest is very special. I'm trying to see if I can get her number after this episode and see if I can take it to the next level. If you did enjoy today's episode, do well to like, write a comment, and subscribe to the channel. The channel is growing. I'm trying to get more ears and eyes and attention for my YouTube channel. It is Akosa. I am somebody who is also into cryptocurrency. If you are interested in cryptocurrency, you want to learn, you want to start a trade, You don't need any big money, 20, 30, 40, $50. You can check the link in my description below, and I'll be very happy to hold your hands into the cryptocurrency dream. Also, I am launching my new ebook. It is coming in volume 1 and volume 2. If you're having struggles in writing your thesis, if you need a structure, just go check my ebooks because it will help you. It will make your burden shorter. It will make your anxiety go off because I have outlined exactly what you have to do, how you have to do it, where you have to do it, who you have to see, and where you have to see. Like everything easily made. All in my description below. Please like it, write a comment, share to somebody, and subscribe. Until then, it's your favorite code. It's your favorite. I mean, yeah, my guest is giving me pressure because I'm trying to yeah. So yeah, it's your favorite host, Akosa. See you. Bye.